Good morning, Don Jalbert here. It is Sunday morning, December 5th, and I want to talk about faith. Yesterday, I talked about fitness and health, how you take care of your body so you're allowed to take care of yourself and others. Now, I want to talk about faith. It's one of the 10 tenets of the pace of ownership. It's important you have faith. Now, there is faith in your client, there's faith in your employees, there's faith that everything's going to work well, and there's faith that people are going to do what they tell you they're going to do. But there's also a greater faith in God, faith in there is a master plan. There is a reason why things happen the way they happen. I believe God is present in everything we do. And also to say God and He in the same sentence is kind of the only way Don Jalbert, can understand to put God into context. Because if you're trying to think about a individual who can put all of this together and make the laws of nature so exact and so precise that they're accurate every single day, day in and day out, that we can put a man on the moon, and you think it's a he, I think you're being short sighted. But I also think that's what we have to do as human beings in order to survive. So, what about faith? Well, I believe there is a God. I believe that He is in every aspect of our life, and I believe that He has given us the tools to be what we want to be, whatever that is. Now, there are some limitations. I cannot sing. I don't think any amount of singing lessons are going to help me out. Just not gifted with that physical structure to make a great note. So I cannot play basketball. I'm not coordinated. I cannot dance. I think my wife is great because she saw me dance and still married me. So this faith, and I don't want to preach, pun intended, but what do you believe in? Now, if you go back to that blog post, and I'll post it in a link here from 10 years ago, I was just pointing out the small things. And it is the small things and it is the greater things. I mean, this Earth is exactly the right distance from the sun with exactly the right amount of atmosphere. And we were developed exactly the way we were developed. So we could actually have thought, we could actually dream, we can actually have memories. Does this pen have memories? What is a memory? Explain that to me. And so I don't understand the energy that is life. So I believe there's something behind it. And I believe that something is what we call God. And I believe God is present. I believe there is a force, and I don't understand it, and but I believe it. I'm not asking you to. I'm just telling you what I believe and what the tenet of the Pace of Ownership podcast is. There it is. I'm not telling you anything that you have to believe in. I'm just telling you what I believe in. And the laws of nature are so exact and precise. We can put a man in orbit every single time. We can build this. We can build this. And we do it. We can build a million of these, and we have, because we know how to do it. We know the laws of building that never change. So things that man build will fail. This will fail one day. But the laws that built it, the physical laws that built it, will never change. So this is much ado about nothing, except that I believe, and I think it's important for the pace of ownership, because if you think you are the answer, if you think that your mentor is the answer, if you think any human walking around this planet is the answer, you're going to be disappointed by them because they're human. I don't know else how to tell you this, but I will end on this note, on this thing about faith and God, and I will just ask a question. We are made by the same material as this pen. This pen has atoms, molecules, atoms. Atoms are made by electrons, neutrons, and protons. And so am I. I'm only made of atoms, neutrons, and protons. So this pen and me, made by the exact same thing. Why do I have life? Why do I have memories? Why do I have thoughts? Why do I have dreams? So I just want to leave it there. I think for me to go any further would be an insult to you, but you have to have faith. I've been to Afghanistan. It is a God-forsaken country. They do not have faith, and I see that in the people there. So, thank you for listening. Not an easy subject, but I will gladly talk to anyone, anytime about my faith and faith in God and in general. So, Don at paceofownership.com, Don at paceofownership.com. Love to have that conversation. Thank you for playing along. I do appreciate each and every one of you. And so now we are down with 2 of the tenets of Pace of Ownership, fitness and health and faith. 8 more to go, and then we'll have a great interview coming up. So I do appreciate you. Thanks again for listening to Pace of Ownership podcast.